Hi, everyone. I wanted to take a moment to share some reflections from the African Harbor Masters Committee Conference, which took place in Cape Town from the 2nd to the 4th of April, 2025. This was a significant event. Over 200 maritime professionals came together, including harbor masters, government officials, and key industry stakeholders from across Africa and beyond. I'd like to give a big shout out to our very own Cap Thulani Dubeko, who, along with his team, did an outstanding job leading and hosting the event. It was truly a proud moment for TNPA. Pilots Sifo Mnisi, Landi Faswa, and I had the privilege of attending. This was only the second time the AHMCC has been held, and the first time on South African soil, so it was a real honor to be part of such a landmark event. Now, let me give you a quick overview of what stood out. Format and engagement. The program was intense, in a good way. Across 2 days, there were 16+ technical presentations, panel sessions, and 4 keynote addresses. The topics covered everything from port infrastructure, decarbonization, and digital transformation, to gender equality, maritime law, and the blue economy. The format was interactive and collaborative, with lots of space for discussion and exchange, not just presentations. One of the highlights was the keynote by Deputy Minister of Transport, Mr. Makhuleko Hlengwa. His message was clear. The South African government is fully committed to advancing the maritime sector and to supporting harbor masters across the continent. That message really set the tone for the entire event. Key themes and why they matter to pilots. A few themes really stood out for me, especially from a pilot's perspective. The evolving role of harbor masters. It's clear that HMs are stepping into more strategic, visionary roles, driving innovation, shaping environmental policy, and leading port development. As pilots, we work closely with them every day, and the alignment of our roles has never been more important. Sustainability and green transition. There was a strong focus on environmental resilience, things like green fuels, dredging strategies, and sustainable infrastructure. These changes directly affect how we approach our daily piloting work. Digitalization and the maritime single window. Discussions around digital infrastructure, real-time data exchange, and the IMO's maritime single window highlighted a future where pilots benefit from faster, smarter access to operational data. Gender equality and maritime leadership. The transformation track was incredibly impactful. Captain Pinky Zungu spoke passionately about women in maritime leadership, and our own pilot Landi Faswa delivered a standout presentation on AI and pilotage, thoughtful, innovative, and really well received. Legal and security matters. There were some eye-opening sessions on maritime law, port security, and places of refuge. These are high-stakes areas where pilot input is often essential, especially in time-critical situations. The blue economy. As Africa looks to the ocean for sustainable economic growth, pilotage will be central to ensuring safe operations in these new maritime zones. Support and collaboration. The event was backed by major bodies like AMA, PMA-ISA, and PMA-WCA, all of which are helping to align policy and technical standards across African ports. It was encouraging to see the emphasis on institutional collaboration and to see how pilots fit into that bigger picture. Final thoughts. Although AHMCC wasn't pilot-specific, it was incredibly relevant to our profession. It gave us fresh insight into where the industry is heading and reaffirmed our role in driving safe, efficient, and future-ready port operations. Events like this remind us just how interconnected all maritime roles are. There's real value in stepping into these broader forums, sharing what we know, learning from others, and strengthening our collective understanding. Looking ahead, I believe we should keep pushing to participate in and even host gatherings focused on pilotage. There's so much potential for cross-pollination of ideas and best practices, which ultimately helps us navigate the future more effectively. Thanks for giving me the space to share. Happy to chat further or answer any questions.